Hello, welcome back to another episode of this podcast, Breathe Through. My name is Gift Ogunwale, and we're back. Today, I'm really excited. I know I say this for every episode, but I'm actually super excited because I'm going to be talking to my lovely parents today. So actually, let me just do a pause check. How are we feeling? Because the
Um,
behind the scenes were a little, a little. How are you both feeling?
I'm okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'm so
Okay.
good to be here.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
good. Okay. Daddy, how you feeling?
I'm excited.
Okay.
Um, it feels good too that our daughter is interviewing us,
Okay.
and is trying to. I haven't seen the subject matter, the theme,
Mm-hmm.
this conversation that you will be taking us back memory lane,
Yeah. Yeah, we're going back. We're
and
going back
yes,
to the move to America. For
yeah,
those that don't know, we did move to we moved from Nigeria. 2009 to be exact.
yeah,
Correct me if I'm wrong.
December of 2009.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to be going down memory lane. I decided to interview my parents because I figured who else other than them to speak to transitioning from one country to another. We're
Mm.
going to talk about the beginnings. We're going to talk about the not so easy moments. We're going to talk about the
Yeah.
joys. We're going to talk about just everything that we had you learned through that process. So yeah, let's jump. How you feeling about the topic? I mean, it's one that maybe is gonna open up some things that you haven't had to think about in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, she
Well,
was
go
trying
ahead.
to say something.
There's
Yeah.
it's not something that to me, it's not something I think I have to have a speech or prepare for. It's
Mm,
something I can. It's an experience that I know I can speak to. It's something I went through, so
mm-hmm.
I'm comfortable.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, to me too, it's our experience, right?
Mm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
It's what we have gone through,
Mm-hmm.
is what we have enjoyed,
Mm-hmm.
is what we have regretted, is what we had disliked,
Mm-hmm.
or is what we had loved.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about what we have had cause to thank God for.
Mm-hmm.
Who is going to tell our own story for us? We
More than you.
qualify to tell the
Yeah. No,
story.
I
And I
figured.
also think
Mm-hmm.
that when you go through the ups and downs of and you are able to tell people your experience.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see somebody coming, it could be a honest conversation, not something that just paints, make it look
Make it
like
look glamorous.
God's
Yeah.
own country, everything is rosy, rosy, rosy.
Mm-hmm.
So if I talk
Yeah.
from my own experience and how it's been, it's going to be, I believe it's going to be a more of an insight for somebody who's
Yes.
seeking to come and
Yeah.
will help to maybe not make the same mistake that we made and not
Mm-hmm.
start from the scratch. You already have an insight into where you're
Yeah.
going. So
Okay.
that's what I see about it. And also, it's an opportunity to look back
Mm-hmm.
because if you don't look back and you're not able to, it doesn't make you reflect on where you are. Sometimes we look at the opportunities we have and we think, oh, these things just happen to everybody,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't. But you're able to look back and think. Then you're able to, oh, I can look back at where I started from, where I am now, and I
Mm-hmm.
can count my blessings. And
Yeah.
yeah, there could be, up and down things that God is teaching you through some mistakes and some experiences that you went through. But at the same time, you look back at where you were in 2009 and where you are now,
Mm-hmm.
then you are able to know there's a reason to be thankful. That's
Yeah.
my own approach to it.
Okay. So I guess as you're talking, I just think back to when we found out we're gonna be moving and the excitement. It was almost like daddy came over like, oh, we're going to America, and everybody was well so excited and just like, wow, what is this America everyone has been talking about? And it felt good to move with the whole family and no one was left behind. So both of you can speak to this. Take us, how easy or difficult was it making that decision to move?
If I talk from my own experience, I've always, as a child, I've always had this dream to live out of Nigeria. And I've had even dreams, that makes me see myself in places like when I wake up, I know this is not Nigeria. And it's a dream. My mother traveled to UK to 1979 and
Okay.
she sent pictures and all that. And everybody was like, I really, really wanted to live out of Nigeria.
Oh, you're
And
screaming the soft life.
yes, I really, really wanted to live out of Nigeria, looking at things, and you watch the movies, you see all kind
Mm.
of things, and I felt it would be good for my life, So, but when the opportunity came to move here,
Mm.
it was a kind of a bittersweet experience for me, because that was in 2006. I started a school in Nigeria, and I felt, oh, this is what God wanted me to do, and I was still going to see growth coming. And suddenly, 2009, I have to move. It was a bittersweet experience. I wanted to move, but what is going to happen to what I was doing?
Yeah.
So, what am I going to do where I'm going to? That was, where everybody was happy, but mine was a kind of a mixed,
Yes.
blessing.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Okay, Daddy. How was that for you? How easy or difficult was it?
Um, when the opportunity came, and I knew that no one would be left behind,
Mm-hmm.
there was nothing inside of me than joy, excitement, and the fulfillment of a prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I first met my wife, we were around Yaba bus stop, and I told her, God says I will live abroad.
That was your pickup line.
And she said, oh, when would that be?
Oh
And I
God.
knew what that meant. It's like, oh, could it be tomorrow, right?
No, no, it's not that. It's like there's nothing in you that makes me see.
Okay, good.
You have to
You
see the
know, yeah,
potential.
it's like you
Yeah,
are telling me, oh, we will leave abroad, but there's
yes, good.
it's like
And
wishful thinking.
and this is a dimension. She just said when I said it,
Mm-hmm.
she looked at the man that said it. I never saw any potentials,
No, no, no,
any
not that,
prospect.
not that. It's not like you are. That's not the point. The
Okay,
point is you feel like this are you just dreaming. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
okay.
You are just it's
So,
like wishful. You're just saying something. It's not about
yes,
any potential
maybe
or
something
anything.
to impress her
Press you.
Yeah,
because
That's fair.
we were just
to
dating,
make you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
you know. So,
you know.
and I
Mm.
said, well, I don't know when,
Mm-hmm.
but God said so.
So you always believed, like, so when it came about, it wasn't as difficult because you knew that there had been a prophecy.
It was a prophecy come true.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
when God said it, I was not married,
Mm-hmm.
I had no children.
Okay.
So God will always watch over his word to
Mm-hmm.
perform it.
Mm.
His things are beautiful in his own time.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
So even as you build on that, what was, I understand you say it was a prophecy. What was the motivation? Because mommy's talking about how she had this school, there were so many things that she had done, and you both can take it quickly. What was the motivation to go, to still go?
Uh, for to me, when we left Nigeria, I was feeling very heavy. I was not happy because
Mm,
I remember you
I
and
didn't
all
know
of them were
this.
taking pictures in Doha Airport. I was so depressed. I was
I
not. They were just smiling, smiling, or like we're going somewhere, but I wasn't,
mm,
because I was feeling like, God, what is in there for me? What is going to happen to what I'm leaving behind in Nigeria?
mm-hmm,
I don't know I don't even know where we are going. But one thing that motivated me really was, the children, the
mm-hmm,
opportunity we give the children to have a life, that's, in quotes, better than what they had before. An opportunity also for, you never know what is there, but particularly for the children, I felt it was a good thing,
yeah,
to go. Yeah, so
okay,
Yeah. Again, you see, we came December of 2020,
2009.
2009.
2009, right?
Mm-hmm,
But God had given me the opportunity to see America before then.
mm-hmm,
I had opportunity to visit the United States in February of 2009.
No, it wasn't 2000. It was
Yeah, or
2008.
2000, no,
Uh,
2009, February, you know,
mm-hmm,
God brought me to New York
okay, that's
and to
true.
Maryland.
Mm.
mm-hmm,
So it's like going to spy the land kind of
mm-hmm.
thing. And when I saw New York and I saw Maryland,
Mhm.
I liked it. I felt it was good.
Mm.
I saw all sorts of people, colors, ears, everything.
Everything was big.
You just the beauty of America is that God has brought almost
Diversity.
diversities into
Yeah.
this country. I saw diversities
Mhm.
and I liked
Did
it.
that make you feel like you could easily fit in? Was that
Yes,
okay?
yes,
Okay. Okay.
yes. I was in Maryland 2 weeks, commuting in Maryland
And I
to.
remember that before we came, um, I went to UK 2006,
Mhm.
and I asked my brother a question. I said, if one wants to move here with his family, because leaving Nigeria, one experience I had leaving the that time 2006, we traveled, we left, we went through the airport.
Mhm.
It was crazy going through the airport. Then we got to Heathrow. It was peaceful. And I said, "How come people are acting that way here, and you are getting here that everybody knows how to behave?" So I
Mhm.
had that conversation with my brother. So if somebody wants to move here with the family, what's program? What how can one do? He said, I don't know, except God does it.
Mm.
That was 2009. The 2006.
6.
So
Okay.
went back to Nigeria, and when this happened, I knew it was God, because there's no way, except you want to do cut corners and do
Mhm.
things that people do.
Like a whole
God made a
family
provision for a whole family to
to
move,
move.
and that was really, I
Yeah.
knew that, except God does it,
Mhm.
we
Okay.
can only wish and hope
So,
that.
Again, I'm sorry, this might not be part of your script or part of your question,
Mm.
but what we are trying to say now is to appreciate God, our Creator, and His faithfulness.
mhm.
I was in UK for about 6 months. I've forgotten what year was that? 2006.
No,
Mhm.
2005.
2005. I
Yeah.
was in UK for about 6 months.
Mhm.
My brother invited me to visit UK because he
Mhm.
was in UK, and he kept encouraging me not to return to Nigeria, that I should stay. And because my wife and two of our children already had plans to visit UK, so he was like, I should stay, overstay my visa.
Mhm.
When she comes and two other children, then we have been able to pull myself,
Then the two
pull
other,
her,
what
and
will
pull
happen to
two
the two
children.
others? I
We'll
mean,
pray.
the actually one other
Then
child.
at the end of the day, one or two children that will be stranded in Nigeria, we can trust God
Yeah.
to make a way for them. So you could see the wisdom of man there,
Mhm.
Yeah.
who is organizing his own life and ordering his own steps.
Mhm. Mhm.
But I've never been that kind of person. I was not too ambitious or zealous to live abroad, cutting corners to get there. It has never been my way.
Yeah, because even when I went 2000, when he told me that, I just felt no, I don't believe in,
Leaving
you
the
go
two
abroad,
children and
you
then.
go there, you are not documented, you are hiding,
Mhm.
how do you now leave two children here? I come with two children. What kind of life is that?
Yeah.
But I tell you,
I,
people do it.
yeah,
No, of course. I
people will
mean,
do
you
it,
do
but
what
what
you
I'm
have to
saying
do.
is that, when that's, even when I went to UK, never crossed my mind that, oh, you
Yeah.
can stay back, and think how the children will. That's the first
Yeah.
thing.
And again, let
But we
me
Okay.
add
didn't
this.
know that, you know, sometimes it looks like some opportunities come and you think this is it. You
Mm.
know, even when that idea was there, and it didn't appeal to me. I believe if God is going to do it, He's just going to do it in His own way, and we didn't even know that just around the corner
Mm.
This one
this
was coming.
opportunity will
So,
come.
and my
Yeah.
brother
Mm.
that gives such counsel was offering it in love
Mhm.
to build the family out of what was happening in Nigeria. Was saying it
Yeah.
in love.
Okay.
Two, now it made me to remember the case of Abraham and what's the word? Sarah.
Mhm.
They were going to help God work out His plan to give them a son,
Yeah.
Mm.
and that became their pain rather than their gain.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I believe that if we had done that,
It won't be as
It won't be as,
sweet.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be stress. It's going to be a lot of pain because
Mhm.
you are in a country, you are not there legally, and you are watching your back. And what kind of life, what kind of future do you
Mhm.
want to give the children? So,
Okay.
I guess
you know,
maybe we wouldn't have even seen the beauty of this, have the joy of this, and the testimony now of you sitting down there and interviewing us.
I
It wouldn't
agree.
have happened.
I mean, this testimony won't be sweeter. I think there was beauty in all of us
yeah.
moving together. Um, so I want to talk about the culture shock when you got here. In like maybe what was the first thing that popped? Like, whoa, okay, we're not in Nigeria anymore. Can we briefly just mommy and daddy go?
To me, we came in through New York. I lived in Lagos all my life, but New York is crazy. I'm telling you, in New York, I see people. It didn't really occur to me, coming from Nigeria. You see someone just walking on the street, just talking to himself. I think, is he crazy or what? Then one thing I did not like in
Mm,
New York was I didn't like the the weather. That I did not like. It was too much.
okay.
I saw, if you talk about culture shock,
Mm-hmm.
you see, in Nigeria we all do all this religious thing. Everybody's Jesus, Jesus. That doesn't count here. Everybody's
Mm-hmm.
just doing his own thing. Dress how you like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, children talk to parents anyhow. It's like everyone is an adult and all that stuff. That was to me, was an eye opener of we're in a different place now. So
Mm-hmm.
that's
Okay. Daddy, anything to add briefly?
I can't remember I had any shock. Things were different really, but they didn't shock me in any way. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't shock me.
Well, you had
if you
visited,
talk about
so
the area of culture shock,
mm-hmm.
to me, being in education, that's one hits me more
Why?
because I've been in school systems in Nigeria and I see the difference here.
Mm.
There's so much freedom here. There's things you want to say that you can't say because of where you're coming from. This is a place you get to in Nigeria. When children come to school, they say hello to, they greet the adults. But here, the adults greet the children. That to me was like
So
a contradiction.
okay.
And then the way you relate with young people, it's like there's this gap. It's not the same way. It's like the opposite of what is done in Nigeria is what is happening here. So that was like one had to kind of
So which when
reorientate.
you say that which was that saying like one was better to you or like Nigeria's schooling system was better or like the way they
No, I
ran
can't say
things
the
or
school
like
system
this
is
one?
better,
Okay.
but I'm talking about the culture of respect.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't really, not really there like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much freedom. You know,
Okay.
the culture. When they talk about culture shock, they see a difference how people dress.
Mm-hmm.
People really don't care how they dress and all that. That was new to me, and I had to
Okay.
make some.
Talking about culture shock, I didn't. But looking at the practice of journalism
Mm-hmm.
in Nigeria, because that was my profession, and journalism here, I had a lot of shock.
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria, we were taught about ethics of the profession that will still make you not to be that free in addressing issues or talking to power.
Mm-hmm.
It was not ethical to talk to power anyhow or to disregard them and all that. In the United States, I saw freedom of the press,
Mm-hmm.
outright freedom of the press, that would talk their mind and talk anyhow, quote unquote, to government. And such broadcasters will still live their life in society and go home easily to sleep and be relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
It was not that easy in Nigeria.
Mm.
You could be you could be kicking against a prick or some dangerous
Mm-hmm.
whatever in Nigeria, If you are a reporter, you are a broadcaster, and you do that,